When you make a promise, you should stick to that promise as long as you can. Hey guys, it's Dan Greer with Forge. I'm coming at you today for your 5-minute power up. And today we're chatting all about promises and why you should make a promise your buck can't cash. All right, I think you know what I mean here. So what I'm talking about when I talk about making a promise you can't cash, it's like writing a check that you can't cash. And people are listening to this today and they're like, what's a check? I've never heard of a check before. I got Apple Pay, I got Venmo. Okay, so it's like overdrafting your bank account. That's what it is. People used to write checks for $500 and they only have $100 in their bank account, right? And they go to cash it and they couldn't cash it because there wouldn't be no money there. And checks were your word pretty much. This is how you're going to it was your word realistically. Like that's just the truth. If you wrote somebody a check, they were accepting your word that that money was in that account. That's it. Right? Before they made deals on handshakes, no contracts were written for a really long time because that was your word. Your word was something. It meant something. When you said you were going to do something, you were going to do everything in your power to make that happen. Now, in today's world, people are so dishonest anymore. People are so greedy. People are so don't care about their word that, well, they make promises that their buck can't cash. They go on and they say, oh yeah, I can do this and this and this and this and this. I can go run that grader and make that road smooth. I can go build a road up the side of that hill right there. But they've never operated a dozer in their life. They've never operated an excavator in their life. They have no idea how to run equipment to build that road up the side of that hill. Right? Oh yeah, I can write this software. I can build that for you. But they've never coded anything in their life. Maybe they built a website, but that's it. Right? Do you kind of see what I'm saying? Like when you make a promise, you need to do everything in your power to keep that promise. And here's why. Because that is going to follow you. That is going to chase you forever. And what I mean by that is this. Is that if I tell you that I'm going to be there at 6 p.m. and I don't show up until 8 p.m., what happens? In the very beginning, you're like, what the heck? Where's Dan? And you start without me. Or maybe you're worried about me because you don't know where I'm at or what I'm doing, right? But if I'm never late, and then all of a sudden, I'm not there until 8 p.m., what happens? You're like, crap, what happened to Dan? And I didn't call you and I didn't tell you what's going on. Like your mind says that I'm in an accident, that I didn't call you for a good reason. And if I'm like, oh man, I totally just spaced it, bro. When you call me and ask me where I'm at 2 hours later, and I'm like, oh dude, I totally just spaced it. I'm so sorry, man. You might forgive me once, but you're not going to continually forgive me for that. Right? That's one of the biggest things to me that drives me nuts is being late. And they're like, oh man, they're just running on so-and-so's time. No, that's BS. You're making excuses for them. They're late. Why the hell are they always late? Because they don't leave on time. Because they don't care about you enough to actually show up on freaking time. They're putting you second or third or fifth or eighth or 10th or 12th. They don't give a crap about you. They're not sticking to their word. They said they'd be there at 6. They're not there at 6. They're there at 7 every single time. You know they're, and you're tempted to be like, I need you to show up at 5. Because you want them there. Why do you care about them so much if they don't care enough about you to show up on time? That's my question. If they don't care enough about you to show up on time, why do you care about them being there to enjoy it? Why do you even invite them? Because they're family. Because they're part of the crew. No, I have a thing on my team. You don't show up on time, you don't work for me. Period. I show up early. Crazy early. All the freaking time I show up early. And you know what happens? My team will pop in early because they're like, oh man, I see Dan started the meeting 10 minutes early. Actually, I'm at 5 minutes. I'm always 5 minutes early. I see Dan started the meeting 5 minutes early. I just popped in. Cool. Great. You want to be early? We can chit chat. Meeting starts at 10. We're going to be in business at 10. Not at 10:01, not at 10:05, at 10. We're going to be in business. That's what we're going to be talking about stuff. Okay? So yeah, If you make a promise, you should stick to that promise. Even if it's as simple as, yeah, I'll be there at a certain time. Oh man, there's elk standing right in the middle of the road. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a great day. And we'll talk to you later.